Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm going to be talking to you about using up some smaller scraps at the end of a collection or kit. Okay, so I have been, again, working on my partially finished class kits from up on my wire rack, and this is one of the class kits that I finished up. So I did all of the layouts, including this extra sketch on the back. I finished them all. I didn't do the cards because I'm not much of a card maker, but I had to add some papers in because some were missing. I bought that kit secondhand, and finished all those layouts, did one more layout while I was taking a class, and then this is what was kind of left over. So what I was actually thinking that I would probably just like pitch these scraps and be done with it, but then I saw this sketch on I was just like thinking I was gonna, get rid of these and then put away the embellishments and stuff. So, but then I saw this sketch on the Mini Kit Monday page, and it's a sketch by Laura Whitaker, and I knew I had this sketchbook saved on my computer, so I printed off the sketch. And I will link below to the Mini Kit Monday Facebook group, as well as if I can find an active link to this sketchbook, I will link that as well, because it's an old one, but a good one. And so when I saw this sketch on the Mini Kit Monday group, I was actually seeing layouts that people made with it, and I looked back at the inspiration for January, and this is what was there. So it's February now, but I thought, I'm gonna use this sketch because this is exactly what I need for the scraps that are sitting on my desk. So as you can see, you don't need a ton of patterned paper, right? So obviously I'm going to need to bring in a full sheet of background, and I'm going to maybe add something a little bit different because I've been working with this kit for a little while and it's, getting boring or whatever. So the first thing I did was I separated out my scraps, and these are, and I do keep really tiny stuff until I'm done with a kit. And then of course it all goes, and as long as so I would keep these because they're 3x4 or bigger, and I could either keep them as cards, cut apart cards, PL cards, pocket cards, whatever you want to call them, or as patterned scraps, right? So when I separated the scraps, I took the cardstock scraps out of the equation, and these ones I could go either way, patterned or cardstock, but I kept them with cardstock. And then I put all the pattern scraps here in this pile, and then pulled out the Project Life cards, which I know I can also use as paper scraps, right? So this is what is left in terms of paper from the kit. Now, like I said, this is a very small amount of paper. I wouldn't typically make an effort to make another layout, but I was inspired to make another layout when I saw that sketch. So I thought, yeah, that goes well with what's on my desk, right? So I am going to create this layout, and I brought in a full sheet of wood cardstock. This one is from P13. It was in a paper pad called Wood. I think it was just called Wood. And it's this white wood grain on the back, but I think I'm going to use this brown side because it goes with the tones of this paper collection. Or this collection of papers. It wasn't a collection, it was a kit with various different manufacturer papers inside. So that's where I'm going to go with that. I probably won't use these. These will probably get recycled. And then I'm going to hang on to these for the time being, knowing that I can use them to punch some circles if I want. Now, I also have some embellishments left from the kit, and some alphabets left from the kit, and this sticker sheet, oops, left from the kit. So I will probably use some of that. Now there is these frames here that I could use, or when I saw the like Polaroid style frame in the background. I also pulled out a few wood frames just to add something a little bit new to inspire me to work with what's left. So I might use those. Might not, I don't know yet. So I haven't picked photos for this yet or anything. So I'm going to pause the camera here and I'm going to start my layout, and then I'll come back and talk to you again about using those scraps and how I'm going to orient them on my page. All right, be back soon. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I was able to find a few photos to go with this layout, and I decided I'm going to put 3 strips on the bottom and 3 on the top, and they all are from the same patterns, so that kind of balances things out. And then I took this little pink strip that's striped on the back, and I'm going to put it behind this thing that says date, just so that it's not, so that it's a little bit like not as, I don't know, messy, is that the right word? Just because in behind, like where the picture is showing through, it was hard to see the word date. And what else? I am going to ink all of my edges in this vintage photo. Is it vintage photo? Yeah, vintage photo distress ink, because that's what I inked. That's what I used on all of my other layouts. And what else? I was able to put my, where did I put it? I was able to get my whole title out of the alphas that were already in the kit. So that's good. I really like that. And I got, I'm also going to use this wood frame for sure. I don't know what else, if I'm going to use anything else off of this page. But I think I'll also use some of these burlap stickers that were in the kit, and I might do a little bit of stamping. We had this stamp set in the kit too, so I might do a little bit of that as well. So other than that, that's as far as I've gotten so far. I think for journaling, I'm just going to add some journaling strips down along the bottom in this cluster here. I thought about doing some stenciling kind of around there, but I want it to be really subtle if I do it. So I'd probably maybe like antique linen or something, like one of those like softer, because this on here is going to be a little bit bold, but on the edges it's fine, but on the, as a stencil, I think it would be a little bit too dark. I want it to be subtler than that, so maybe I'll pull out the antique linen and see what that looks like. If I like it, I'll go ahead with it, and if not, I will skip it. And yeah, I think that's about it. I still have like quite a few strips here, so I only used 6, but it just goes to show like how little paper you actually need to make a layout. So I will come back and show you my finished product when it's all done. Okay, so here is my finished layout, and this is what the sketch was. So as you can see, I changed it up a little bit. I did, instead of having this cluster on the right like it is on here and having the strips go kind of further across, mine were shorter, so I just moved everything and made kind of a diagonal design. I added photos up here, and really what I got from this sketch was the idea that I could just use a few scraps and it would be okay. So after I finished this layout and looked at the small stack of scraps, because I only used 6 strips on this one, I decided to scrap lift myself. So back in my class kit crush series, I did a layout where I used scraps of paper kind of all the way around the outside, and then we did a grid style. So I did that again, and I used these strips of paper. I also got one of my leftover journaling cards on there and a bunch of stickers. I actually used this as my inspiration for this layout. The story I wanted to tell was from a trip we took in 2017. and it was kind of a road trip, and we were staying with my cousins in Vancouver, BC, and not far from there is the town of Steveston, where they filmed, what was the show called? Once Upon a Time. And so when we drove out there to just like look around and see what they had out there, it was pouring rain. I mean, it rains a lot on the coast, right? So it was just a really super rainy day, and we were soggy, but we stopped and got coffee. And so this card said rain plus coffee equals magic, and it really was magical. At this time I had not watched the series, but my boys had watched the series, and they were so excited to see the whole town being transformed. And of course the shops all had little, you know, Storybook stuff to sell. And so it was really kind of cool. Some of the signs were up for the to make it look like Storybook, and because they were in transition to film a couple days later, some of the actual town names were still on the buildings and stuff, so it was kind of cool. But anyways, I just wanted to do this layout about how we didn't let the rain stop us from exploring, even though this was like an outdoor self-guided tour. Like, you stop at the tourist station and they give you a map of how to look around. By the time we were done, there was no map left. It was just garbage. We did have an umbrella, but the boys didn't want to use it because they wanted to see all of the things. So anyways, I did, but they kept taking the map because it was more relevant to them to see what they wanted to see. Anyway, so that was the story I told, and it was inspired by this little journaling card. And here is what I have left of my scraps. I will toss these in the bin because, I mean, I think I made good work of this kit. Used it all up. That's all that's left, and so that can go in the recycle bin. And then I have 2 journaling cards left. I will probably put them into the box with the rest of my cut apart / pocket cards. And then I also, for this layout, had brought out these old enamel drops from Cloud9 Design from 2007. So there's an old product that I got a few of those on there, and put some here. To bring my title across, I used some of the burlap bits from the actual alpha, and that was the alpha that was in the kit. So again, I used a little bit more of that. I did not use any more of this. I used this alpha on this page, and I used this alpha on this page. So I did use a little bit more of that as well, but these will go with my other alphas. These will go with my thickers because they're thicker, and these will go with my alpha stickers. I loved these basic gray alphas, hey? There's so many letters on there. And then I have just a few of these burlap stars left, so I will find another kit to tuck those into. I have 1 sticker left of this pack. I have 2 tiny little tags left in here. They'll just go in with my other tags. I have a few die cuts, so I'm gonna find other homes for those. I probably will pass on these stamps. I'm gonna look through and see if I have anything. I do like these leaf stamps, so I might keep them. I'm gonna look and see what else I have. The kit also came with these ribbons, and I will probably keep the twine and probably pass the ribbon along because I won't use that. And I got most of the sticker sheet used up after I got those on there, and these big frames. I feel like I used quite a bit. So I'll probably tuck this into, I would say, my travel themed iris container, because they have travel themed. This says travel. These are like tickets for travel, Eiffel Tower, a camera, Mon Ami. So yeah, I'll probably put that in there. So that just goes to show that you don't need a whole heck of a lot of patterned paper to make a layout, hey? And being that the cost of paper has gone up and it's gotten so pricey, I don't know about you guys, but here in Canada, the price, if you want to buy a single sheet of patterned paper in a new collection, it's about $1.50, which, I mean, if I'm going to pay $1.50 for a piece of patterned paper, I'm probably going to want it to go as far as possible. So I think I'm going to use this kind of strategy a little bit more.
So if you'd like to see more of those videos, please let me know. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please click that like button to give me a thumbs up. Hit the show more button under the video description if you'd like to find links to some of the things that we talked about, and if you have a question or comment, just leave it down below and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. If you would like to see more of my videos, it would make my day to have you as a subscriber. Just click the subscribe button and please sure to hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when a new video goes up. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.